Okay, welcome everybody to today's webinar for Tourism Events Queensland as part of the Digital Ready program. My name is Susan Maynard. I know I am your coach for today, and this is the webinar for how to use YouTube to promote your tourism business. So we've got a jam-packed hour today, so I hope you're ready for it. So let's get started, and I'll just go through some housekeeping with you first. As you all know, or some of you may not know, is at the moment you're currently all muted. We do this because of the feedback that we sometimes get from mics that are open on your end, so we've automatically muted everybody. So if you're sitting there trying to ask me a question, I can't hear you. So it might sound like I'm ignoring you, but I'm not, because I just can't hear you. So just bear that in mind. If you do want to ask a question, you've got a couple of ways of doing it. You can see, sorry about that, I'll just get that out. You can currently see at the moment on your screen, there's an example of what you see on your control panel on the screen, and so you can see there that you can hide or show control panel with the little red box with the white arrow. You can go full screen, so you don't have this on your screen at all, or you can raise your hand, so you can raise your hand if you have a question, or you can actually enter it into the questions box that's there on your panel. So you've got a couple of options. Which is really good to answer a question. And just quickly, I'll just change this. Sorry, my panel's just gone. And then from there, I'll try and take your questions through the webinar, but sometimes, because it's just myself on here today, I don't have a backup person, so otherwise I might leave them towards the end. So just bear with me while we go through those. Okay, so, sorry, let me just get out of here again because it's just throwing me off. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. All right, so today hopefully we'll get it all done. So today we're going to talk about YouTube as a platform, creating an account, what content could work for you, where else can you place your video, and then what other information that you can look and find up if you need to. So we've got quite a lot of content to get through today. So let me just have a look. I've already had one question, can we turn up the volume? So I'll do it on mine, but just also check your own volume. You might need to up that a little bit as well, and hopefully that will fix it for you. So we'll see how that goes. And if you have any other questions, it would be good to put it into the questions bar at this stage, just because, as I said, I am on my own doing this today, so questions in the questions bar is probably easier for me to monitor for you. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So YouTube, first of all, I'm hoping that all of the audience today is aware of YouTube and its existence. So we all know that it's a huge tool, and it's something that a lot of people are using at this stage. So what we've got the ability to do here is really showcase your business and your product or service to a lot of people. So with YouTube, we all know that you can watch it, you can upload it, and you can share it. So you've got lots of things that you can do yourself personally and as a business. So from here, as a consumer though, I can come and watch your video on your product or service, and I can go, right, I really like that video, and share it or like or comment it forward as well. So there's lots of things that you can do with video on YouTube, and we'll go through a few of those today. And there's lots of things that the consumer can do themselves too. They can subscribe to your channel, they can watch your videos later down the track if they wanted to, like they can bookmark it, they can, as I said, they can share it, they can comment and view and so forth, but lots of options for people to use YouTube for, and we're going to discuss some of those that you can do as a business today as well. So watching a video, I'm hoping that we have all watched a video of some sort here today, whether it be through your desktop or from a mobile phone or your iPad or your tablet of some sort. One way or another, you've watched a YouTube video, and you can see the enormity of it once you see videos that go viral, for instance. And we all see those, you know, the videos like the songs, Gangnam Style and all that sort of thing, and how much virility that they get. Now, we're not saying at all today that you're going to get virility like that, but we're going to show you some tricks and tips that will hopefully get you to a point where you may not be viral in that degree, but even if you can get a few people watching your videos and a few people sharing and commenting against your videos, that in itself is a great start to video for your business. Okay. So I wanted to give you some quick stats first before we do get into the crux of it, just so you can see the importance and the enormity of YouTube. So these are some stats for Australian users up until December of last year. So you can clearly see that YouTube is number 2 at in that list, and well ahead of the game of some of the other players here in Australia. So the likes of Twitter and Instagram and Google Plus and so forth. So they're well up there with the amount of users that are actually available here in Australia. So if you think about it in that aspect, how many people potentially that you could reach, again, I'm not saying that you're going to reach all of that 12.2 million people here in Australia, but hey, wouldn't it be nice if you could even just get a small chunk of that pie so that you can get people coming to your business? So just some interesting stats here. So with YouTube in itself, just so that you can sort of get, again, the size of it. So it's been around since 2005. It is now the second largest used search engine, only behind Google. So, and I should mention, if you didn't already realise, that Google does own YouTube. So hence, you know, they've really pushed it and made it a really nice, big platform for your use and for your, hopefully, your connection to your customers. So obviously we've talked about it, users can upload, view and share videos. Now there is more than 1 billion unique users per month. Now let's just get our heads around that, 1 billion unique people every month. That is massive. So the connections that you could make on YouTube is just out of this world. 40% now will view them on a mobile device. Really, really important that when we upload your videos, and I will discuss this later, that you have got a mobile user-friendly video as well. And 2, obviously, that all of your other social media and your website is all mobile friendly, because if you've got that happening with your business now, then this is going to make your life a hell of a lot easier down the track. 100 hours of video uploaded every minute. I still find this really hard to get my head around. It is just enormous. 100 hours of video every minute is uploaded. Absolutely unbelievable stats. And then we've got 62% of videos will reach a travel enthusiast. Now that is great news for us in this industry. So knowing that people are watching videos that we put up as businesses is fantastic. And YouTube watchers are 14% more likely to be travel enthusiasts as well, so even better. So we've got a market here that we can access. Now it's a very much an untapped market for the travel industry, especially in Australia here at the moment. So this is our opportunity. Some other really good stats in this next one, and this was all done by Google. So when thinking about taking a trip, it is 66% more likely that people will watch a video in the lead up to their decisions. So, you know, you can just clearly see in this instance that this is a prime opportunity for us. Now, even this, when choosing a destination, 64% of people are watching videos when they're even choosing a destination, which is great. So they're actually looking, so they might be looking for the Sunshine Coast, or they might be looking for Gold Coast or Brisbane, or, you know, Cairns or the Outback, or whatever the case may be. So 64%, that is massive, absolutely massive. Then, when we're looking for activities to do or in a destination, they're also watching videos, so 68%. Deciding on accommodation at a particular destination, 59. So these are awesome stats. We cannot go past this. So if anybody out there who is listening today who haven't sort of thought about going into video, these stats should really make you think. I need to be in video. And then this one, when deciding on which website to book from, more than 50% of people, if they come across a website that's got video, will more likely book from that website than the one that doesn't have video. So there you go. So another great little incentive there for you to think about doing some YouTube video on your business or your product or service. So an absolute bonzer of an opportunity for us at the moment for YouTube, especially in Australia. It's picked up a lot more so in other countries, but Australia is coming through as we speak. Just some other little stats there for you. Online video as a resource has grown over time, so you can clearly see between in 3 years in itself. So from in a leisure traveller point of view, so from 14% in 2009 through to 21% in 2012. So the growth is huge. Absolutely huge. And what really surprises me is business travellers. This one did take me by surprise, that it's grown from 17 to 26%. So business travellers are watching video a lot more so at the moment than leisure travellers. So if you're in that corporate market, think about some videos for yourself as well. So really important there. So even to break it down even further, so people who are involved in hotels, cruises or tours, 62% of videos are watched by travellers. When we've got trip reviews from experts, 58, travel-related channels, so the likes of the Great Weekend, the Great Weekender, Getaway, and those sorts of channels, 58%. Now, 56% of us will watch a video when they're refused just by people like me. So just your average Joe who comes along and has a YouTube video of their experience, how much they enjoyed it, why they came, how they got there, all that sort of thing. So 56% of people will watch that sort of video. Now that brings it down a lot easier for you to sort of grasp for your business. And then 48% of videos are made just by people like us. So that is a really good indication that people don't always expect a professional video being created for you on YouTube. It doesn't have to be spending a lot of money, like upwards of thousands of dollars for a videographer and acting talent and scripts being made and all that sort of thing. You don't need that. So every now and again you might want to go down that path and make a nice professional looking video, but people don't always expect that. So don't feel like you have to go out and spend $1,000 or more to create a video. You can just grab your phone, your smartphone, take it out, take a video, do a little bit of editing, and away she goes. So you don't have to do that, and don't be afraid to give it a go. The worst case scenario is it doesn't work, you don't get any views. You go, right, I won't do that again, I'll try something different. So please don't be afraid to take that step forward in making a video. It's not a scary thing, and when you look at some of the other stuff that's up there on YouTube, I can guarantee it, you will not have the worst video out there. So give it a go, that's all it takes. Okay, so just some other quick ones before we get into it. Online video sites that prompt travellers to book. Of travellers who watched online video while planning travel, the percentage who say they were prompted to book as a result. So we've got 45% of leisure, 72% business, and 74% affluent travellers. So again, anyone in that area of your luxury upmarket product or service, your affluent traveller is actually looking for these videos. So another nice little one there to think of if that's your product or service that you're providing to your affluent traveller. So really quite interesting stats. Okay, so setting up your YouTube account is quite easy. They've made it very easy for us now at Google, which is fantastic. Anything that's easy is a big tick in my book. So when you go through setting up a YouTube account, now, obviously, because it's run and operated by Google, what they've done just recently, and some of you may have noticed this, is Google has said one account, all of Google, which is fantastic. It's made our lives a hell of a lot easier. Now, what I would suggest here, if you have not got already a Google account set up, this is a perfect opportunity for you to get all this in a nice format and easy to follow. What I would suggest here, if you haven't done this, is to create it as your business account. So actually set it up with your business email. So if it's an info @ or a, reservations @ or whatever you like to call it, inquiry @ whatever the case may be, set it up through this way. And then a password, and then it'll ask you to either sign in or create an account, as you can see there down at the bottom of the screen. So really simple now that they've done all this. And then once you've done that, you can have all your accounts in one for Google. So if you've got YouTube, Google+, your Google Maps, your analytics, your webmaster tools, Gmail, whatever else that you've got connected for Google, it's a nice one size fits all scenario, which is fantastic. Now, for those who have already got a Google account, don't worry, you can still have all these accessed in here by you under one account. So if you've got an account that's been set up for Google, an account that's been set up for YouTube, and one that's been set up for analytics, don't worry, because you can join them all together and access all your accounts from one. So the screen would be slightly different here. Once you've signed in, you can actually add accounts. Now, I won't go into that today, but if anyone's interested, please drop us a line later and I can go through that with you individually. Once you go in, if you haven't created one before, follow these prompts. Very straightforward, and just create it. Now, it does want your personal details in this first instance, and that's okay, because what it will want to do is have an admin status, so to speak. So it's much like Facebook, where you've got an admin status or a personal page set up, and then you create your business accounts with it, so that they've got an admin person following through. So through this stage, it's yourself, and then as you go through, it'll ask you then, do you want to create a page, and do you want to create a YouTube account? Then you can go through to the business side of it. Now, one thing I wanted to mention here, there is those lovely little capture codes there where you can see the different letters and the word. This is really important because Google wants to know that you're not a robot, so to speak, and it makes sure that you're coming through as an actual proper setup account. The Google terms, basically here, it's just saying the YouTube terms of service or the Google terms of service is saying that you are responsible for what you put up. You own the content. YouTube, though, has still got the approval, because you're setting up the account, to distribute it anywhere else that they wish to distribute it. So they might use your video for something or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't happen very often. Now, don't upload anything you don't own, such as a commercial. So things like that, don't do it, because it could infringe you on the copyright side of things, which we'll talk about in a moment. So just be very aware of that, okay? So before you go through, it's always a good idea to read the terms of service and their privacy policy. So if there's anything in there that you're not sure on and you don't want to go that way, then you don't create the account, okay? So make yourself aware of it, because ignorance is no defense. So if you have a copyright issue, or if YouTube shut your page down because something's happened, then you can't say, I didn't know, because it's all in their terms of service. So just be very, very aware of their rules and guidelines, okay? And you should do that with any social media account, not just YouTube and Google. Okay, so once you've signed in, you'll come up with this home page. And it most likely will be at the stage you're still logged in as your personal account, okay? Now, if you're going to do anything business-wise, you need to have a business or a channel for your business, okay? Because you don't want to be, for instance, if that was me, you don't want to be up there as Susan Maynard and my business was ABC Hotel and everything was coming up underneath me, because that's not going to do your business any favours whatsoever. So how we do that is up in your menu, up in the top there, you'll see this upload option, and then you've got these three download options that come up: Dashboard, Video Manager, and Analytics. If you click on Dashboard, Dashboard will give you this little option up here. And then you've got these options at the top. So straight away, there's a YouTube sort of column and a Google account column. The YouTube column is the one that we're looking at today. So where it's got My Channel is what we're going to click on, because My Channel is going to be able to give you an option of going through as personal, if you want to have a personal YouTube account, or if you want to go through as a business. When you go through, and I apologise for it being so small, but hopefully you can see it. You can see it says use YouTube as, and in this case we've got Benny King there, but that's not a business, that is a person. But down on the bottom you can see, to use a business or other name, click here. So you would click on that link, okay? And then what that will do in the next step is it'll give you a chance to actually name a channel. Now, this is what we want to do, and I think this is where, after speaking to quite a number of operators, this is where sometimes we go wrong. So just make sure that you come through this access point and you won't have a problem. So you name your channel, and it's always a good idea to make sure you use a name that depicts you as the business. So use your business name, and it's always sometimes a nice idea to add in your location, because if people are looking for a particular location, then your channel will come up in the search, which is exactly what we want. Then it wants you to say local business or place, so you can see it's very much like a Facebook page set up. Your content is appropriate for any Google user, and I would hope that would be the case with all of you out there. And then, of course, again, we want to agree to the page terms for Google and YouTube. So much, much better way of setting up a channel for YouTube through here. Once you've done that, you just hit done on the bottom of the page. Oops, sorry. And then it will come through and you'll see at the top it says you have added a channel to your Plus page. So now you will have a YouTube channel, which is fantastic. And now from here we can start uploading videos, okay? But what we want to do from here is, it's all well and good, we can upload videos now, but what are you going to take footage of? Which is really important. Sorry, that's another, sorry, it's come up twice. Oh, sorry. No, if you were wanting to come back in at a later time, you've created your channel. You will see here, if you go to that same area at the top, you get an option now of multiple accounts being open in that one area. So it's very hard to see at the moment, but you have there, it says switch account, so you can go from your personal account to your channel, actual business channel account and so forth. So you can switch in this area, which is perfect. So anytime you want to upload, make sure you've switched into the right account, okay? All right. Now, we've created the channel. Now we can make it pretty. So we want to make sure that it's going to depict your business. So here you've got at the top of the page, you've got add channel art. So from this point, it's like a cover photo on Facebook, for instance. A nice big photo at the top that's going to really showcase your business. So a hero image. You know, maybe it's a front shot of your hotel, or maybe it's where your location, or, you know, you might even put a bit of a collage of photos up there, whatever you like, okay? So add your channel art in there. It's really simple. So you can see the little plus symbol in front of the add channel art. You click on that. It'll ask you where do you want your art to come from. So if it's from your desktop, or if it's from your Google Plus account, or from somewhere else, it'll ask you that process. Now over in this corner, you can see this square profile picture over in the corner. Again, something that's going to depict your business. For that one as well, so generally a logo or something that's going to really showcase who you are as a business up in this top corner profile picture. Again, you would hover over that and you get the option that says edit picture, and then you would just load that from your desktop or from whichever files that you'd like to take it from. This is the channel art's really important because it really showcases your business. You've also got the ability over in the lower right hand corner of your channel art, you'll see there already a little G+ symbol. You can in fact add in any of your social media connections through here. So you can add your Google Plus, you can add Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, who am I missing? Foursquare, any of those that you like. You can also add your website link in here as well. All very, very simple. And it's all done from that left-hand side of your panel there. So all easy. I'm not going to go through each one of those today because we don't have a lot of time. So, but that is possible. So again, if anyone's interested, please let me know. Okay. So this is your channel art. Like I was saying, it says select a photo from your computer or from files that you've got somewhere. And then this is how it will potentially look once you've loaded it on a desktop, on a TV, for instance, or on a mobile. So it gives you all those options across each of those devices. Then we've got your, now you can see it's taking shape. So we've got the channel art at the top. It's starting to look really nice. And then we've got the other really important section in here too, which is the About section. Again, it's all absolutely necessary information for you and your business because it helps in search. So if I happen to be searching for long reach, or I happen to be typing in Stanley and Nelson Hotel or anything like that, or I could even be looking just like a long reach accommodation in a general web search, the likelihood of this YouTube channel coming up is higher because in my About section I'm going to be having all the information that's related to this business using really good keywords. So really important to fill out this area as well. So here you can see it's got channel description, any links, any other feature, other channels you'd like to actually join in with as well. So lots of information that you can add in here, and please use it because it's an area where, as I said before, that Google can potentially search and help you in your search result rankings on Google. So really, really important to make sure you fill out this area. This is just an example. This is ours, for instance. Easy one to give you an example of. So you can see a nice, big, beautiful refit picture. Our profile picture being Nemo, which is very consistent across all of our social media channels. So again, brand awareness so that people come to our Facebook page, Twitter account, our YouTube, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, they will see Nemo. And Nemo is our consistent brand across those channels. You can also see we've got a link there on the lower right-hand corner of the channel art, the link through to the website, plus our other social media buttons. So really good and really good information that people can access straight from your YouTube account. So that's just an example so you can see everything come together. Now, why YouTube? Now, if that hasn't, if all that I haven't already won you over in the video side of things, then this should. So you can clearly see we've got a example from text to just a picture through to a video. Now unfortunately I can't show you the video through here. It's a 1-minute video of Outback, opera in the Outback, but you can clearly see that just from text to picture to video it would be a huge difference. People will be more likely to look at the video than what they would to read the text, for instance, because people are very easily distracted and a video is easier to watch than sit there and read. So very, very important that you consider this. If you haven't gone down and you don't want to go down the path of video just yet, make sure your pictures are telling 1,000 words as much as what your potential video could be doing. So please bear that in mind because at the end of the day what we want is people coming to your website and people interacting with your videos or your pictures or your content. So really, really important that we can get that happening. Okay. So why do they share it? So what makes it, I get this question all the time, how do I go viral? If I had that answer, I would not be sitting here today. I would be out there making viral videos. So absolutely important to think about what your video could showcase. So have you got something that's hilarious? Is it something that's, unbelievable or deeply emotional, or it's very topical information that's going out there at the moment, so it's a worldview option. Makes them stop and think. It's not covered by mainstream media. It's drama. Or it could be embarrassing. We all love those dramatic fails videos where people fall over and hurt themselves. I'm not saying that you need to go and do that, but these are the things that what people are doing to share those videos on. Or it could be provocative. But of course we don't want to be out there too much because we are professionals, all of us here today. Okay, so some things to think about before you do create a video. So the sound quality is obviously absolutely vital. The quality of the video itself is also very important. Who's going to be involved? Are you going to get all your staff involved, or is it just you? Or are you going to go down the professional side and get some talent in? Everything to think about. What about your logo and your URL, your closing picture? What content do you want to put in it? So these are all the things you really should be thinking about. Whether you do a professional video or even just an ad hoc video, these are still things you need to think about. The sound quality and the quality of the video itself still need to be quite high. Don't just think that you can take any video and not rely on these two aspects of it, because people still will not watch it or share it if it doesn't have that quality behind it. Your smartphones, the iPhones, the Androids, they all have great quality sound and video, actual footage. So just be aware of it and make sure that you've got that in the back of your mind when you're doing it. The sound quality, I learned a new little hot tip the other day, or may not be new, but it was new to me. When you've got sound and you've got a lot of wind or a lot of ambient noise that's behind it that's really interfering with the sound quality, the tip that I learned the other day is turn your phone to airplane mode, and it cuts it all out. And I tried it and it works. So great little tip there for everybody out there today. So just be aware of that. So if you're out in the weather, or if you're out in the area where there's a bit of wind going through, turn it to airplane mode and it will work. Nice little tip for you today. Okay, the other thing is to think about is a calendar. So when do you want to create it? Is there a special event happening around your area that you'd like to showcase? Is there something out there that you really want to utilise at that time of year? What will you film? Okay, so if it's a testimonial from a guest, what will you ask them? Be prepared. So is it, why did you choose us here today, or how did you find us? But be prepared and give the people who you're asking a little bit of a heads up as well. Don't just put them on the spot. Where are you going to post it? So obviously YouTube is one of the main places, but you might also want to post it to other distribution points, which we'll talk about too. Who's going to create it? Is it you? Are you going professional? Are you hiring someone? Is it one of your staff members? Is it a friend of the business? Whatever the case may be, who will it be? Okay. What equipment will you need? So are you using a smartphone? Are you using a video camera? Are you going professional? So you've got lots of different things that you need to consider. Okay, so once you've done it, you can upload it straight from your video, you can upload your video straight from your computer if you've got access to it on your computer, which is great. So where I showed you before, up in that upload section at the top there of the screen, you'll see upload. If you click on that, you'll get this screen. So it says select files to upload or drag and drop your video files into this area. So you've got a couple of options here. Another one is if you're doing it from your phone, you can go straight from your phone and straight to YouTube as long as you've got your YouTube account set up on your phone as well. So this is just from an iPhone. You can do it from Androids as well. So you can just go straight from in your video roll or your camera roll on your phone straight up onto YouTube. The other one too that you can do, and YouTube created this a little while ago, YouTube created an app called Capture, and unfortunately at this stage it's only available for iPhones. It's not available for Androids at this stage, so my apologies out there to Android users. But Capture will allow you to capture the video and then upload it straight to your YouTube account, which is great. It has got very little editing though, so just be aware of that. So it'll be a very raw footage that you'd be loading up from this point. So just be wary of that one. Okay. So when you are taking YouTube videos, a couple of extra hints for you, and hints and tips, is always shoot your video in landscape option. So in other words, turn your phone so that it's in a landscape option. And in that respect, what will happen is it will fill the whole screen. If you leave it in portrait, so upright, you'll get these black bars that will come on either side of your finished video, and it's almost not showing the full view of your video, so it's not as nice. So always make sure that your camera is turned. This is for a smartphone. If you're using a video camera, obviously that's a different scenario, but if you're using a smartphone, always turn it to landscape and always have your camera to the top of that landscape, up in the top left-hand corner. If you did it the other way, your video will come up upside down, and if you wanted to load that very quickly, it'll go up upside down and it won't look very good. So always make sure that your camera is up the right way before you take it. Now this second screenshot here on the right-hand side, that's the YouTube capture. And that's how it will look as you go through. So you can enter your title, you can do everything as per normal. You can also see you can share it straight from here to other social media platforms. So you've got Google+, Facebook and Twitter sitting there as well. So really nice, quick, handy app to do a last minute video, for instance, of something that's happening in your area at the time. So you might have something great that's happening out front of your building, or you might have maybe a festival that's going past, or like a parade out the past of your building that you can take, or you might be a cruise operator where you're out on the bay and you've got dolphins jumping at the front of your boat, that sort of thing. All those nice little instant uploads that you can do at the time, which is really great to do. So as I said before, I can't show you videos, unfortunately, through the webinar today, but if you want to take a note, these are some really good examples of just some quick videos that these few businesses have taken. So we've got the Airlie Beach Hotel up in the top left. We've got Nomads Airlie Beach here. This was a testimonial. This young guy went up to the owners of the property and said, look, I'd really love to do a quick YouTube video. Would you mind? What's great? How great is that? User-generated content straight like that. It's fantastic. And he did that. And then his girlfriend did one a similar one but did it in French, so it helped with their French market. Great idea. Then the two lower ones, Mount Tambourine, Witches Falls Cottages. The one on the left is a nice little quirky video. I urge you to go and have a look at that one. It's nice and quirky and funny. And then the one on the right is just, again, a little testimonial that they did with some guests at the time and has worked a treat for them. So if you get a chance, go and have a look on YouTube of those examples. It might give you some ideas. Now, the other thing that you can do with your YouTube channel is make it look really nice. So you can create what's called playlists and shelves. So these are just the ones off of ours. So you can see the top 4, these are playlists. So what you can actually do is create like-minded topics, for instance. You can see here we've got Brisbane, Bundaberg, Capricorn, Fraser Coast. So all the videos that are relating to those particular areas go into that playlist. So if I clicked into the Brisbane one, all those videos in there are all about Brisbane, in and around Brisbane and so forth. Great little option, and that's a really easy way to do it too. Again, we don't have a lot of time to showcase how you do that, so if anyone's interested, please let me know and I can help you over the phone or email you through the descriptions of how to do that. Your shelves, you can see down the bottom, it's another way of grouping like-minded videos. So in this case, we've got one called Islands and Beaches. So you can clearly see anything, and it doesn't have to be a destination on this one. This is anything to do with islands and beaches across Queensland. So that is a shelf. So again, we can help you with that. You can just give us an email or a phone call and we can help you set those up as well. So just nice little things that you can do to make your channel look great and appealing to your consumer. Okay, so your video manager, which is located up in the top. So again, if you went up into this upload area, you'll have an option, one of the options of video manager. And in here, this will show you all the videos that you have loaded and if you need to edit them. So if you need to change a description or a title or anything like that, you can do it in here in this area. So the edit button. In here too, you can see your analytics. So you can actually see on the right-hand side of the screen how many views you've had, how many likes, how many comments, how many dislikes you've had on a video, and so forth. So lots of little things in there that you can do too. The other good thing that you can do in this edit area is edit your video. So it'll help you with the sound quality, the picture quality, adding audio, songs, and so forth as well. So that'll help you in there. That is once your video is loaded, you can do that, or before your video is loaded, you can do that too. So again, if I sat and showed you every step of these, unfortunately we'd need probably 3 hours and not an hour. So that's just there for you too, but all of this is available to you. I just wanted to sort of let you know today that this is available. So we've talked about search engine optimization. We clearly can see now out of everything we've spoken about today why it's so important to use YouTube video now in your business. So absolutely vital. You can see the difference here. If we search everything to do about the Hunter Valley accommodation, and I apologise for using New South Wales, but it was a good example for me. You can see here the search results were nearly 1.7 million results, but when you look at video, there's only 105 results. So I would urge you all to go and have a look at your region or your local area and see what sort of results you get in videos compared to everything search, and you'll soon see why video is so important for you. Some other things to think about of getting found on YouTube: a great title. We need good titles. There's so often I see people load their videos as it comes out of their camera or out of their phone, and it says 556789-225.jpg or .wmv or whatever the case may be. That's not going to help you. So please make sure your title is relevant to the video and also helping you with good search words as well. A really good lengthy description. When I say lengthy, I don't mean an essay. I just mean a good few sentences that really portray what this video is about, again, using a good use of keywords. Okay. Make sure you link it to your other social media channels, so your Facebook page, your Twitter account, Pinterest, wherever you want to take it, make sure you link it. Don't forget your website, okay? If you've got a hero video of your business, make sure you put a YouTube option up on your website so people can watch it from your website as much as they can watch it from your YouTube channel. Absolutely vital. The more you can do this, the better. Now, YouTube has also suggested that when you've got more than 3 videos, you'll be seen a lot better. So it's a good idea that you've got some good quick videos to get up there in the first instance. So 3 videos is great, and then start sharing those out there, okay? The other thing too, ensure your settings are public. That's the other thing that I see. People go, oh, I've loaded my video, but no one can watch it. It's probably because it's in a private mode. So just be aware of that. The other thing too, be very, very aware of copyright, okay? Don't be using any of the any songs, like all the latest top 40 hits, for instance, or any song for that matter, because YouTube, for one, will send you an email saying, beware, you might have copyright infringement material in your video, and it will most likely also stop your video from going public. So be very aware of that. And if you do need music, YouTube will provide a stock list of audio that you can use for your video. And there's also other websites out there that you can use, things like Creative Commons, which has audio files on there that you can use. Some of them will charge you a small fee. Others you might be able to find some free songs that will go along with your website, or create your own if that's your way inclined, if you've got the opportunity to do that. But just be really aware of it, because like I said before, ignorance is no defence. So they're really cracking down on the use of copyright and so forth in Australia at the moment. And if you haven't also seen, the privacy laws have been updated, and the new privacy laws are out there as of the 9th of March. Make yourself aware of those as well. Okay, absolutely vital that you're all aware of that. Now the other thing, don't forget your ATDW listing. It will take YouTube videos for you, which is fantastic. Use it, okay, because all those sites that are distributing your product from ATDW will be able to take those YouTube video if that's what they're doing on their website. So please make sure you put it up here too. You've got a couple of options with ATDW. Well, you've got 3 actually. You've got this way, you can link your channel, or you can upload individual URLs for your YouTube clips. So you've got a couple of different options that you can do. I think I've actually got them here for you. So this one is add your channel. So you can actually put your channel name in here and it will connect it for you. Okay. You've got select from your channel. So you can, here you can enter your channel name and then select get videos, and it will come up with all these videos, and then select which one you would like to use on your ATDW listing. Or you can put in the individual YouTube URL. So you can physically grab that website name and then put that across in here too. So lots of options, but please use it. It's an underutilized point on ATDW, and you'd be well ahead of the game if you put it in here for your videos. Again, websites, absolutely vital that we put that up there as well. Now, it gets a bit techie, so if you've got a web guy, maybe suggest I would talk to them, or if you're very savvy, you could do it yourself as well. And it's called the API Overview Guide. So if you're techie yourself, you can go through here. Just search for API Overview Guide for YouTube. It will step you through it. If you're not as techie, talk to your web developer, okay, so that they get it right for you. Don't forget, we've talked about it a lot today. Distribute your videos across wherever you need it to be, okay? The more you do that, the better off you'll get found, okay? And your search results will be a lot higher in return. You can do advertising on YouTube as well. I just wanted to make you aware of it. I'm not going to go right into it today because I wanted to open it up for questions, but you can do YouTube advertising, so just be aware of that. Now, to get paid by YouTube, your video has to have gone viral, which means it needs to have been viewed more than 3 million times. So that would be great if that happens for you, but unfortunately I'm being very honest, I don't think it would happen for us unless you had a video that was one of those types before that I was saying how to share, like quirky or hilarious or provocative or something like that. You might get that far, but in all honesty, I think we'll be in the lower ranks. So, but anyone who'd like to prove me wrong, please do it. I'd love to see it. Okay, then of course, none of this is any good if you don't measure and monitor what you're doing. So with YouTube itself, it has all your analytics, which I showed you previously. It'll show you how many views, it'll show you how many likes you've had, how many comments, where that demographics is coming from, all that sort of thing. So again, just like all your other social media channels and your website analytics, you should be using all of these so you can really pinpoint your customer. Absolutely vital that you do that. So make sure you watch your analytics on all of your platforms, not just on YouTube. But all this is available to you. Then, of course, this is from your Google Analytics, so you can also track it from here. This is all available to you. These are all free. You can see your spikes, you can see who's viewing, where they're coming from, your traffic sources, all that sort of thing will come through for you. So please, please, please make sure all of this is set up for your website and all your social media channels. It'll show you where they're coming from, what sources, and where all your traffic is. And this is everything you could possibly track. That's just absolutely everything that I could think of that you could actually track and measure your return on your investment. So you can see there's lots of options that you can have a look at to see whether or not your video or anything that you do in social media or your website is working. So you've got lots of things that you can track in metrics. There's 2 great YouTube e-kits that you can also use for YouTube and any sort of video. So you've got tutorial number 47 is YouTube and video hosting sites, and then you've got your e-kit 16A as well, which can help you with getting started and setting up and any other questions that you might have about the video side of things. Now, some final things before we go, and I know I'm running out of time for questions, so I'll quickly just go through these. The average length of video on YouTube at the moment is 3.9 minutes long. For user engagement, they're actually saying don't do anything more than 5 minutes long, okay? However, that's on a general scale. For us in the travel industry, the tourism industry, they have suggested that videos for us are no more than 1 minute long. So 30 seconds is great, 1 minute is great. Anything longer, it will be very hard to keep the attention of the consumer watching your video. So just consider that. Great content can come from anywhere. Oh my God, I love this industry so, so dearly. The content that we have access to in this industry is unbelievable. It doesn't matter if you're a hotel, if you're a cruise, if you're a tour, if you're a restaurant, if you're a cafe, if you're, and I'm sure I'm missing someone, but your content is right there. Everything you look at, everything you see on a daily basis, you might think it's mundane, it's your daily job, but your consumer will love it. I give you a quick example. I was up at on the Fraser Coast recently. I stopped in at the Wildlife Sanctuary, and hello to anyone there today if you're listening. I heard this funny little chatter around the corner, and I thought, what is that? I went around, and there's this gorgeous little baby kookaburra that had fallen out of the nest having a feed. Oh my God, what great content. They thought it was just something they did every day that nobody else would be interested, but their consumer loves it. They want to see your involvement with that sort of thing. They want to see what's going on in and around your business. If they can see something that they could potentially witness or experience once they get to your business, oh my God, how good is that? So please just think, take a step back, look at the content that you've got access to. If you've got a restaurant, go into the kitchen and video your chef at their best. If you've got a barista, video them. If you're in a hotel and you've got the most fantastic view from your rooftop, go and video it. If you've got a resident little animal that comes along every day for their afternoon feeding or something like that, go video it. Your consumer will love you for it, okay? So do it. Just think outside of the box. I can't stress that enough for you. Now, I know I've said this before, have a strategy, but just think of these 3 points. Capture, connect, delight. Capture your video, connect with your consumer, and give them a delight. Give them an experience that they're going to love, okay? Absolutely, absolutely vital. Create an experience. Don't just think of it as a video repository, okay? Don't just do it because, oh my God, Susan said I had to do it. No, don't do that. Do it because you love it. Do it because you've got the passion for the industry. Do it because you want an experience for your consumer, okay? That is what it's all about. I love video. Video is the best thing that we could possibly do. Label your videos. We said it before. Titles, descriptions, tags. Make sure you're using all good search key terms for your videos. Create your playlists and your shelves. Now, I haven't mentioned annotations because I'm in a bit of a love-hate relationship with annotations. What they are is when you're watching a video and you get those little pop-ups on your video that says go here to subscribe or go there to watch this second video or go here to the website. I'm a bit of a love-hate relationship. I like them sometimes but not too much. So you can do that with your videos as well. And then the last thing, keep your content fresh. The fresher the better. So the more content you can put up and the fresher the content, Google will love you and your consumer will love you. So absolutely vital. Okay, so there's some additional resources. So what I might just do, and sorry, my panel has just disappeared, so let me just go back and get it quickly, and I'll come back in. So from here, if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me right now. Let me just go through, let me just quickly go through any questions that we might have. Oops, and this is being a little bit, sorry, my panel's not working very well. So let me just go through. Question, if we are video people, what consent is required? Very good. For example, if Black or Vic wanted to video people wandering around our grounds, etc., do we need to just verbally ask them if we can use online or actual forms? Good question. You're better off to have as much consent as you possibly can, because it can land you in some trouble. If you've got some consent forms, that's great, especially if you're going up to them and asking questions. Just have a consent form that they can quickly sign and date, and then you can have that on file. You can do a video consent as well if you wanted to. So just quickly take a 10-second video off the side and just say, look, we are using this for marketing materials or marketing purposes. Would you mind if we take your footage and use it? And just get them to say their name and the date that it was done, so that you've got that on board as well. So you are better to have consent for videos. So very good question. Thank you, Black or Vic. So it is a good idea to have that on hand. So let me just quickly, sorry, this has gone back to the beginning of my, and I just want to quickly go back to, sorry about that. So yes, it's a good idea to get the consent forms, yes. And I just want to show you some other things. This is other things that we do. We've got workshops that are in your areas all the time. We've got mentoring, so you can give us a call or email us, and we're more than happy to help you. And then we do these webinars every Tuesday at 11 as well, just so that you can see what else we do. These are all the things that we do workshop-wise, so we're very busy people, but we are always here to help. So there's always someone here that can answer your questions and help you through any of these processes for you. The other thing I wanted to let you know is on Monday the 2nd of June, we are hosting, the Digital Ready program are hosting a digital conference here in Brisbane. We would love you to come along. On the 2nd of June. We've got a registration fee of $50, so we've kept it really minimal for you, so we're very excited. We've got some great guest speakers coming along. We've got Twitter, Instagram, we've got people who are specialising in video content, we've got people who are specialising in content in general, we've got and some of the other bigger players which we're confirming at the moment as well. So, and I think you know who those bigger players could potentially be. So really excited about that. So if anyone's interested, that's your link, which will also be available on the video recording afterwards. So if anyone's interested, please come along. And that's us. So if you want us, if you need to call us or email us, please do, because we are here to help you. And we love to help you. So if you have any other questions or anything else that's going on that not just related to YouTube today, but anything to do with other social media platforms or anything like that in digital marketing, please let us know. More than happy to help you out in any case in that scenario. And I'm the one in the middle, the short one. So if you didn't know who I was already. So before we sign off for today, is there any last minute questions? I'm just looking here. It doesn't look like I've got any other questions at this stage. I'll just make sure that I haven't missed any. Question. That was the online form. Okay. Let me just double check. Great. No, it doesn't look like there's any other questions for today. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. We will hopefully having put this up on YouTube within the next couple of days. So just watch out on our website there. You can see on the bottom of that page, it'll be sitting up there for you to view once you're ready. But other than that, thank you so much for joining us. It was my pleasure and I loved it. And again, if we can help with anything, please do not hesitate to call us or give us an email. Thank you so much. Bye.